Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Ambassador Starco Gaming here, back with another Dragon Champion video, guys. Today in this video we're going to take a look at one of the most popular character in Dragon Champion and one of the hardest character to farm. Well, less hard than before with now the new event that you can get as biometrics, but still very important character, guys, in Dragon Champion. Freezard. Freezard is awesome. His kit is amazing, and you don't actually need to level up his skill too much to actually get massive benefits from him. So today we're going to take a look at how to build him and how to play him, and the gameplay section is going to be different than our previous character spotlight video, guys, as I'm listening to the feedback I get in my comment section, and we're going to try to adapt a little bit to make this video even more interesting, guys. But before we get into Freezard, guys, I just want to remind you, or to tell you, if you're new to the channel, if you're new to the game or you are level 15 or below, make sure to use the promo code STARCO to get the $10 worth of freebies. To do so, guys, it's very simple. You go on the settings buttons, use promo codes, you enter the word STARCO, and you press OK, and you will be getting $10 worth of freebies as the same time as supporting the channel, which is pretty awesome. So that is how you do that. Now, guys, Freezard. Freezard is awesome. One of the best character in the game. A lot of control, a lot of damage, which is amazing, and a lot of good survivability too, because he he survived one death at least, so it's very awesome. So let's go in Freezard here, and you can see here, guys, those are the 5 humans we're going to be using when the new more Doom event, I think it is, come out. I don't remember if it's more Doom or somebody else, but anyway, when the next event come out that you need the 5 humans, those are going to be the 5 humans I'm going to recommend you guys to actually get. And hopefully for people who don't have Solius, they're going to bring out a new human character that will be very awesome. A new human healer that can take Solius place. That will be awesome for people who didn't have the chance to get Solius. But hey, well, we're gonna see if they actually do that one day, obviously. But anyway, this is the 5 human team you want to use. Solius for heal, Little Batty for tank, Eric Shieldbreaker for a lot of damage and a lot of control. Same thing with Freezard, a lot of damage, a lot of control, and Kurel to, she's just so awesome. She's one of the best characters in the game too, because her kit is awesome. Krell is going to be into the next video, by the way, guys. We're pretty much doing in the order we have them here. We did Solius already. Today we're doing Freezard. Next one's going to be Krell. After that, Eric Shieldbreaker, one of the most underrated character in the game, in my personal opinion. And then Little Batty, the best actual tank in the game. Humans are actually very amazing, to be honest, guys. You can just build that team and pretty much achieve anything you need to achieve in the game. Well, except when you need, you know, clan characters, but that is pretty much it. You can achieve anything with this team. This is a very amazing team, but a lot hard farm characters in there. Little Batty, Freezard, Solius are not that easy to farm, so they're definitely worth investing in. Anyway, enough talking here. Let's jump on Freezard and let's take a look at his kits. We are on the test server, so we have unlimited resources, so we are able to get all the skills to level 6 and all 4 stars, epic runes, purple runes, whatever you want to call them, which is pretty awesome. But first thing, guys, we're going to be taking a look at his skills, because this is the most important. Which skills shall we get to level 6, which skills we shall not care too much about, and which skills we shall get at least to level 5. Well, first, the first skills is level 6 without a single doubt, because of the slow. The slow is one of the most important part to this character. This crowd control he does with that slow, it's amazing. Just reducing the speed of the target gives you such a huge advantage in raid or anything like that. If you slow a tank, you slow a healer, it gives you a huge advantage. You have a DPS that you know is about to be ready to do all his big stuff. You slow him, that's gonna allow you to get time to actually kill that character before you actually get your whole team one shot. Like a perfect example, if you see a Mar and you can actually slow him really early on, well, on the second turn when he's about to use his damage buff and his AoE the next turn, that will give you a huge advantage in taking care of him before he can actually release his full kit. So definitely worth getting these skills to level 6. At level 6, this ability will give you deal 230% damage of magic damage to an enemy and a 75% chance to inflict slow for 2 turns, which is very, very, very awesome. If you're lucky enough and you can reapply that slow every couple turns, that's optimal, but usually RNG does not work like that. But you try as much as possible for that on the targets. Now if we look at the second skill is strong, but I don't think it is important to get it to level 6. I think the level 5 it's really important to increase the duration of that armor decrease, but getting a 10% increased chance of and to inflict armor decrease is not that important. It's really not as important as the first skill, definitely. So I will recommend you to get that second skill, Frost Breath, to level 5. That is all you need. What you're gonna get at level 5 is still 190% of magic damage to 3 enemies, a 40% chance to inflict an armor decrease for 2 turns, and if you get it to here, it's gonna do 220% damage and 50% chance to apply armor decrease. Now if we look at the other skill here, the other skill is actually a very good skill. Will be the second most important skill to get to level 6. If you don't get to level 6, it's okay, but the level 6 is way better. You can see here 50% chance to decrease their turn meter by 25% versus 75% chance to decrease their turn meter by 25%. So level 6 is very, very important in my opinion on the Blizzard. It dealt 220% magic damage to all enemies, and all enemies have a 75% chance to get their turn meter decreased by 25%, and that can give you a huge advantage there too. So skill number 1, skill number 3 are the 2 skills that are really important to get to level 6, and I do think skill level 1 is top priority and skill number 3 is priority number 2. And then you have the passive skills. The passive skills, to be honest, level 1 is all that matters. Yes, if you get it higher, it gives you a little bit more health when you survive a fatal blow, when you resist death pretty much, but what's really important is that you actually resist death. That's what's important. So yes, obviously the more you level, 5% HP revive every turn. So my recommendation will get this skill at least a level 4 or level 5, and that's gonna be just enough. So Survivor, Freezard survive a fatal blow and recover. Let's level 5 here, 20% of health. Any effect active on him are removed, so any debuff or buff or remove can be triggered once per battle. If Snorri is in the battlefield, he received the same buff, which is pretty awesome. But sadly, Snorri is not a meta for the humans, at least at endgame. Snorri will be, in my opinion, position number 6 in the list. So if you don't have Cruel, Snorri will be the next option to actually bring in the team as a DPS. Definitely, that's the only change you can do in that 5-human team. By the way, guys, you cannot change Eric Shieldbreaker. This guy is probably the most DPS, the most important DPS in your team with Freezard, definitely. So those are the 4 skills this guy has. This guy does not have a leadership, so we don't have to worry about that. So like I said, first skill level 6, second skill level 5, third skill level 6, and the passive level 4 will be my recommendation for him, or level 5 if you can get it to level 5. Now for the runes, the runes you want to go with the 2 potency and 4 speed. Now the primary stats that are important on Northeast, you want to have speed. On south, you want to have critical chance, very important for his damage. And on northwest, you want to have potency to apply those debuff as much as possible. Another alternative you could go on this guy is to actually put potency everywhere, just to be able to apply those buffs every time you use them. That will be another alternative, but you want to get as much damage as possible. So you know, 2 potency with 4 speed, and here speed as primary, critical chance at primary, and the potential as primary are the most important stats to put on this guy. Even if you don't have, you know, the purple runes, you just go with the green 2 stars runes. There, it's enough for this guy to be able to achieve greatness in this game, definitely. But once you get a chance to pop purple, go for it, definitely, guys. Obviously, we are on the test server, so it's easy for us to actually get those purple 4-star runes. But definitely, just worry about putting the proper runes with the proper primary on them. That is what it matters. Now, if we look at the stats we have on this guy, first potency, which is very important, 83%. So you see, we don't really need to go with 6 potency rune. We could go with 4, but then we'll lose a lot of speed. So I think 2 potency and 4 speed is just perfect for him. So we have 83% potency on this guy. We have 228 speed. Anything above 200 is great. You want to be as close as 200 as possible when you build a character. And if you can go higher than that, it's even better. Give him more speed, you attack more often, and give you a better advantage, obviously. And those are pretty much the important stats. We have 36.79% critical chance, as we did go with a little bit of critical chance somewhere. Oh yeah, here, critical chance. There we go. I was forgetting about it already. Damn, I'm losing my mind lately, guys. Don't pay attention to that. So this is what's important with the rune, with the build, definitely. And you can see he's gear 11. We're on the test server, so we can max out everything. But I do believe you can just get him to gear 10 and actually be successful with him at level 80, definitely. So those are the stats. This is the build on this guy. Next, guys, we're gonna be jumping into the gameplay section. I'm gonna have a different UI on the screen so you guys can see everything on the screen and we don't have to worry about it. So I'm going to be using my live stream UI for you guys for that portion of the video. So let's jump to that right away, guys. Okay, guys, we are up with the proper UI now. So we're gonna jump in arena. The way we're gonna do this, guys, is pretty simple. I will only comment on how I'm using Freezard. The rest of the team, I will not comment on them, so you guys only get the information relative to what we're trying to cover in this video, and I don't overflow you guys with useless information for this video, pretty much. So the team we're gonna be using is the all human team. I don't know if it's the best team for that. We're just using an all human team this way because that is the ID focus, but we're going to be focusing exclusively on Freezard for this video. So let's jump in the arena and let's see how this is going to go. I didn't even pay attention to what we were fighting, so I have no idea what I'm going to focus on. So here, oh, I have my idea now. So the most important one to actually slow, if we can get the slow out, is literally Kira. If we can get the slow on her, that's give us a huge advantage, and we're gonna focus on her as much as possible if we can. You can definitely see what I'm doing with the rest of the team, by the way, guys. You see a little bit, but I want to really focus. So here, after I apply the snow, my next mission is going to be applying the armor down, definitely. So if we can apply, we apply it on 2 people. That's actually not bad at all. So we're gonna keep the work here, and obviously this Kira is about to die. So next turn, instead of going with the big AoE, we're gonna go with the next slow on the next possible target here, and my target might actually be the tank. We're gonna see, or the healer, depending where we're standing at when we reach that point, to be honest. So Okay, so this guy is a tank. If we can slow him and keep him from taunting, that gives us the advantage to be able to go kill the healer after that. So we're going to try to apply slow apply to him, so it is perfect. So I'm going to switch our focus to, I believe she is a healer, at least I believe so. So we're going to switch the focus to her. You got the taunt out, sadly. I thought I was going to be able to go with Freezard and do that before the third skill to reduce the turn meter on all of them. Before he actually do his stun, sadly, I could not. So we took a little bit of extra damage, but you know, that's why we get healer to make up for that. And we do have other stuff to do other stuff. I'm trying to not comment on that stuff. And after that, I'm trying to go with pretty much just my AoE to get done with the rest of them, pretty much with Freezard. And you can see a very easy fight here, very easy. Freezard makes it a lot easier just by controlling that Kira at the start of the fight. That just makes this whole fight so much easier. Obviously, I was not fighting a meta PvP team. I just wanted to go in a fight that I can actually win pretty easy, so you guys can see the strategy I'm using with my Freezard in PvP. Next, guys, we're going to be jumping in tower mode. Tower mode, the fight is going to be a little bit harder because we are in hard mode in tower, and we are up to floor 11, so that might actually be quite difficult here, but we're gonna see. So first, we're gonna set up the team. This is not the team we're going to be using. Obviously, we're going to go with our human team here. So Solius lead, obviously, because Solius buff is just crazy for human and order. We covered that in the previous video, by the way, guys. And then we're gonna go with the 5 humans we want to use. I'm gonna see how it goes. I have no idea how it's gonna go, guys. I haven't tested that. It's the first time I'm actually testing the full human team on the test server, so bear with me if I do mistakes here, guys. So the most important here, well, you have 3 targets that you can actually focus your slow on. You have Ardok, but Ardok, we should be able to apply that debuff immunity that should help us against him, so I'm going to ignore him. We have Mar and we have Trumgar. My main focus is going to be Mar if I can, on the second turn, if I can slow him. So on first turn, we're going to try to slow Trumgar so we don't get annoyed by the taunt really early. And we did apply the slow, which is pretty great. We're going to focus on him a little bit. We got a counter attack here with the slow on this guy, so that's awesome. But Trumgar lost the slow, sadly, so that might actually affect us a little bit. We're gonna see how it's gonna go, to be honest. I'm not fully sure about this one, since now we cannot target Mar. I should apply that slow on Mar. I did a big mistake here, and that might actually affect us in the end, but we're gonna have the big AoE over time, not the big AoE over time, but the third skill to reduce turn meter on Mar. That might actually give us an extra advantage, definitely. So let's take care of whatever we take care of here really early. And you see here, we're gonna use that to reduce all their turn meter. Hopefully that's gonna work this time around, and that should give us a huge advantage. And yes, it did work, so it's gonna give us a huge advantage here. And we're still trying to finish that Trumgar really fast. And Trumgar, it's not doing much. See, he's out of the picture. Now we're actually gonna apply that to my Freezard so we can give him a few buff, you know, speed buff and all that. That's really useful for him. And like I said, we're gonna focus on this guy. Well, this guy got wrecked. I didn't want to talk much about Eric Shieldbreaker, but you just saw why Eric Shieldbreaker is so underrated in my opinion. So next we're gonna go with the little AoE. There are only 3 targets left. We want to apply that armor down if we can, so that's what we're trying to do here, which we did not need to do. And there we go, he finished the job here. And you can see we were fighting hard mode stage 11. That team was very high rating. It was about the same team power than my team, and you can see we just wrecked this event with the Ardok, Trumgar, and Mar in the team. So we did an amazing job. You can see this human team being very powerful, definitely. So the last thing we're gonna do here, guys, Sorry about that. We're gonna jump into the raid, and we're gonna show how we play Freezard in a raid. And in a raid, it's one of the places where Freezard perform the best. Now we're gonna go against this guy because this guy is the guy that applied the most debuff, and I want to show how good it is to have a Freezer against this guy with that constant slow. It is just so amazing. So this is the team. So you can see 117,000 team power, which was about the same team power than the team in the tower. So definitely this team is very solid to get her, obviously. And in this fight, we're actually gonna get a chance to use Kurel copy, which is going to be awesome. But our dog actually apply a lot of debuff, and having that debuff immunity from Eric Shellbreaker is going to be a game changer. But also being able to slow, pretty much keep our dog slow constantly is going to be a huge advantage. And let's get started. Well, that started with the miss on the slow, sadly. So again, next turn we're gonna have to try that slow till it gets applied. That is the most important thing to do there. So we're gonna go now. We get the slow on, so we can actually start the process of beating the crap out of this floor. I'm expecting to do about 30% damage here. I think that's a good amount of damage we should aim for when we do this floor, this raid with the top team, definitely. Next here, we're gonna reduce their turn meter. It did work a little bit, so that was great. Now, I'm not commenting on what I'm doing with the other one, guys. Sorry. I know some people want to see, but you can see here, I reapply my slow to make sure that everything is working great. And we're going to make sure we keep this guy buff as much as possible. So you can see me applying a buff. Sadly, he got stunned, damn bastard. And this is why you need high tenacity on this guy too, if you can afford it, because of that. You're gonna keep him from getting stunned, which is awesome. So now we're gonna check that buff here. It doesn't show how many turns we have left, so I'm not sure if I'm supposed to apply my slow or go with the armor debuff. We're just gonna go with the armor debuff because in the worst case I have the reduce turn meter on the next turn available, so we're gonna have that. And you still have the slow, so we are good to go. Now we can actually reapply the slow. It did reapply. It is perfect. So you can see a little bit how we work against this guy. That's pretty much it. And we bust a cap in his ass when we can, man. That's the way to do it, pretty much. It's pretty much apply slow, apply armor down, and then when both of the skills don't need to be reapplied, you use your third skill on Freezard, and that is pretty much all you do with him. It does need a little bit of heal here, so here we go. Now the slow did not get applied. That really sucked, but we're gonna survive through it, definitely. The slow is back. And you can see we get a lot more turn than this guy. A lot more, which is awesome. Okay, so now it's time to reapply the slow. Again, did not work, but we should be able to get another turn before it goes with Freezard, at least or close to. So we should be able to reapply that slow pretty soon. And we did reapply it, so we are doing pretty good. We gotta heal him now because he's taking a little bit of damage. A little bit. And that is pretty much how you play Freezard, to be honest, guys. Now we have to go till you know, we run out of time or the bus is dead, so we're just gonna keep going here. But it is very simple to play, to be honest. And I'm trying to apply that here. The fatal blow, the hero will survive a fatal blow buff on him, so it does, we don't trigger his own passive as much as possible, but I do think he already triggered his passive. But if you can keep that on him up as much as possible, it should help you a lot when you run out of that buff. When your Soldiers die, your Freezard is still going to be able to finish the fight and do some extra damage, which is can be very great, to be honest. Here I didn't pay attention to slow got apply. I hope it did. I hope it did. It's starting to take damage though. But this team is very great on controlling the other team. You can see we reduce the turn meter so much that we don't get to see much skills from the other guy, which is pretty awesome in my opinion. So we get to attack him like 10 times before he gets to attack us, which is outstanding. It is outstanding in my opinion. Wow, you one-shot my minion. That's fine. We're gonna reapply that slow as much as possible. You can see we are already down to 20% damage done, and we still have everybody at full health. And he didn't do much. He didn't do much yet. Right now I'm just focusing on killing stuff pretty much. That's the only focus we gotta do. See how much damage we can actually do against this guy is pretty much what I'm looking for right now. Because that's kind of what interests me. I haven't tested how far I can push it yet, so it's very interesting. I'm expecting to be able to do about 30% damage, but I haven't tested it out yet, and it seems like we're doing very, very good. We're not taking damage. That's the crazy part, which I totally love, is that we're barely taking any damage. Now we gotta try to kill this guy if we can. Before he goes bananas on us, definitely. So I might actually be missing a... before he does his big AoE on us, might be missing a slow on this guy soon. I don't know. We might be fine though. Yeah, we should be fine. Just reapply that slow and we just keep going and going and going. I don't know how long this is gonna last. I don't think I got the team to finish it, but definitely can do a very, very decent job here, without a single doubt. Already up to 30%. We are doing very, very great here. Slow as reapply. Now obviously physical attack is terrible against this guy, by the way guys, so we're not really focusing physical attack, we're just focusing the damage as much as possible from Freezard. I guess we're gonna see the damage we get at the end of this fight, definitely, but I think Freezard is pretty much my biggest damage dealer on this fight. Okay, reduce the turn meter again. This is great. We're doing so much damage. This is very great. This is making the video a lot longer than I expected, guys. I'm sorry about this. That was not my plan. I didn't think that was going to be so long, but hey, it is great to see that we can do so much with this team, to be honest. Obviously, a normal account outside the server, you will not have the build mostly that I have, so maybe not be able to push so much, but you will be able to push, I'd say, at least 30% of the damage here against this boss, at least on the one run. That's my expectation here. Now we sadly have to apply this on somebody else because we gotta keep somebody alive. Oh, I forgot to apply the slow. Now that's gonna bit me back in the ass. Might actually get one shot here because of that. Yep. Pretty much. See, one mistake in your rotation, now apply your slow and you are over. So we did 38% of the damage. We did almost 1.4 million here, and you can see the damage. The damage is crazy from Freezard. It's definitely the start of this fight, but the rest of the people are there for control. Like this guy, he's physical attack, so he's not doing much damage, Eric Shieldbreaker, but he's there to apply that debuff immunity and stuff like that. Batty is there to take damage, to apply blind, and also to reduce the turn meter. Kurel is there to pretty much bring extra damage because her damage is very great, and bring minions in that can actually take a reflection in that can actually take damage too and help with survivability. And Solius is there for his buff, decent damage, and a lot of buff on Freezard to increase his damage. So you can see that does a very great job. They complete Freezard so much. Basically, they turn Freezard into a monster by being all with him. When we actually get access to the next event, guys, for I do believe it is more Doom if I'm not mistaken, and we can actually test to see how we clear it at 7-star. We're gonna really see if Freezard shine as much as we've seen it in this video. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. If you have a recommendation on how I could do those character spotlight better, make sure to let me know in the description down below. Again, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and make sure to enable the bell next to the subscribe button to get notified when I post a new video about Dragon Champion, guys. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.